is nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is about very, very small molecular machines. It is also the manipulation of individual atoms and molecules. If my arm is a meter in length, then 1,000 times smaller than that is a millimeter. Something you can see but very small. 1,000 times smaller than a millimeter is a micrometer. You could barely see a micron under a very powerful optical microscope. And 1,000 times smaller than a micron is a nanometer. Therefore, a nanometer is 1 over 1 billion of a meter.
There are not many people who knows about nanotechnology, moreover, of how it affects the environment and their own body. But what they didn't know is that they encounter it every day. Like waiting for a jeepney, or going to school, or making your way to work, and driving your way to your destination. We've come to the problem. What is nanopollution? In everyday life, cars, jeepneys, motorcycles, and most factories emit tons of smokes that carry small particles. This combination of small particles that disturbs the natural balance of our ecosystem is called nanopollution. Some may say that these particles are so small that they are considered harmless, but what they didn't know is that these ultra small particles is the most dangerous ones and can penetrate the body more easily than the bigger ones. Today, nanotechnology can found everywhere. Your socks can contain silver to control bad odor. Even chocolate milkshakes can contain fine clusters of nanococoa.
Agencies monitoring air near highways may be missing the most damaging type of pollution. UCLA researchers say the tiniest particles, which aren't currently measured, may be the worst ones for our health.
All types of air pollution is not equal in their danger.
Andre Nell, chief of nanomedicine at UCLA, collected air from this highway in Los Angeles and studied the effects of different sized pollution particles on mice. His team found that so-called ultrafine particles, hundreds of times smaller than a grain of sand, increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Nell says they do that by sticking in the lungs and releasing chemicals, which then damage blood vessels and cause artery clogging plaques to form. Smaller particles cause the worst plaques.
The smaller particles are the particles that are present in the highest number. They penetrate deeper into the lung. They are retained with a higher degree of efficiency than larger size particles.
They wrote in the journal Circulation Research that the smaller the particle, the more toxic chemicals it carries. The worst exposures are right near highways, but the Environmental Protection Agency isn't yet able to regulate ultrafine particles.
Because of the size of these particles, it is not easy to capture them and to quantify them. And at the moment, the technology is still not there.
In the meantime, efforts to reduce emissions may be missing what could turn out to be the most dangerous part of air pollution, the small stuff. I'm Brad Closa.
Since nanotechnology is just starting to emerge, then it doesn't have much solutions to it. But in our small ways, we can make a big difference. A difference that will make the world a better place to live.